Stuck indoors at home because the boys have got chicken pox. Fun fact, I haven't had chicken pox. I haven't got it too bad. Touch wood. Count the pieces.
2.
Good boy. No idea what's going on with these kids because Jasper's got like no sign of it on his arms now. I didn't get a word of that. Oh, Paw Patrol puzzle. I was like, okay, looks like you're not having that for your birthday then.
I love Penny.
You do, don't you? We love her, don't we? What's the softest part of her?
His head
His
and
head.
his ears.
Do you love her, Jasper?
Was he big?
Yeah, she's delicate, isn't she?
With getting no better than Daddy will for him up.
Really?
Yeah. I think they would love hiding eggs. How do you hide the eggs now?
Alright, let's go out then. Oh, Jasper, poor girl.
Penny will like that.
She doesn't like being sat on.
He likes
Get off. Should we go in the garden then?
Yeah?
Leave her little belly.
That's not his belly.
Oh, haven't you? You've taken a picture, Jasper.
Why can't he see that, Penny?
What do you mean, why can't he see?
No, Daddy my phone.
It's not your phone, that's my phone.
How do you hide the Easter egg?
Come on then, let's go.
It's hide the Easter egg. That's last, Mummy.
Good boy. Right. We'll keep her in here. Come on, Penny. Here, darling.
Can you open his now?
Mm-hmm. That good. You see any chocolate eggs, Jasper? You're not standing near it, are you? Am I hot? Am I boiling? Oh. Is Jasper hot?
Yeah. But I need that.
Well, don't tell us where it is, you silly boy.
I'm going to put that again. It both
You're not supposed to tell us where it is, Elliot. That's not the game.
Oh, I'm going to put in my pot now.
Okay, find it in your pot. We are stuck indoors at home because the boys have got chicken pox.
What you bought?
Not for lots of things. I will help Larry do that too. I will help Larry do that. I will help Larry do that.
Yeah, we'll have it when we're ready.
Larry wants to do that too. Larry's doing the walks.
Yeah, okay, put Larry down there.
No, he's doing the walks.
Right.
He's watching.
Right, so how many teeth? Can you count the pieces?
No.
Hang on. Elliot, count the pieces.
2, 3, 4.
Hang on.
I will need it.
5, 4, 5. 5.
No, don't
It's
eat
okay,
that.
let him eat it. 5.
5, 6, 7.
So there was 8. So Jasper can have 3 and you can have 4. Right, put Larry down because you're going to cut them now, aren't you? You're going to cut them. There's no point in having a knife if you're not going to cut them.
I can't cut them.
Hold it with one hand. That's it.
Lucky Penny.
Good boy. That bit's quite big, yeah. On the chopping board, darling, and that way round. That's it.
How can we eat it?
Ask Jasper if you can. You need to turn it round or it will slip. Do that one. Mind. Hang on. Okay. Where's your apple cut? There's not much left for your lunch because you've been eating it as you go along. I'll take the knives now.
Oh.
Yes, it's not a toy. Go and find your pretend one. I've just put a wash on and the boys are down for a nap. I'm not sure Elliot's going to nap today. Hope he will, but no telling. He said he didn't want to have a nap, but he was quite sort of laying around as if he was tired. So yeah, they've had chicken pox since Sunday and it's now Thursday, so they've not been at school all week. And we're kind of having to stay home, obviously, so that they are not in contact with other children. So it's been a case of like no classes, no ninja warriors, no swimming. Interestingly, it actually started like Sunday when me and Oliver had the kids. So I had Elliot at swimming and he had Jasper at home, and both of them were not to themselves. But it wasn't until Elliot got to swimming, had a swimming lesson, that I realised something was wrong with Elliot. Jasper was very quiet when he woke up, so we kind of knew something was maybe up with Jasper. Elliot was absolutely fine. He did say he didn't want to go swimming, but he does this quite often. Like, he'll say he doesn't want to go to his classes sometimes, or well, like some mornings, but like, I don't want to go to play school. And it's just him trying to see if he can stay home sometimes, you know? So we never really know if he means it or not, which I kind of need to tell him that, you know, if he says it all the time, I don't know when he genuinely means that he doesn't want to go and he feels like he wants to be at home. Because he says it so often, you just think, oh, you're just saying you don't want to go. Like, he'll say he doesn't want to go ninja sometimes, and he has the best time. He'll say he doesn't want to go swimming, and then he'll have a lovely time. I think kids do this, it's quite normal. But it's kind of like crying wolf a bit, isn't it? So I've got to teach him that if he says it all the time, I'm not going to know when he really does need to be at home, if that makes sense. So he said he didn't want to go swimming on Sunday. I said, come on, you'll have a nice time at swimming. Let's just go and see how you get on. Because I think, no, he went the week before because it was Easter Sunday. But the week before that, he had it off because they had a barking cough. They had a really bad cough, and he did say he didn't want to go. And I thought, okay, right, you're probably just going to be spreading germs around. So he didn't go that day. So he'd already missed a swimming lesson. So I thought, recently, you know? So I thought, well, let's just try and go. And then we were walking through the car park. It's been very windy here. I think it has been across the whole of the UK. And a big gust of wind blew across the car park. He was like, oh, that's really cold. I was like, yeah, it is really cold. And it was cold anyway, so I didn't really think anything of it. Then we got in the swimming pool changing rooms, which are really warm and toasty. He was like, oh, I'm cold. And I was like, okay. He had his like rash vest on and his swimming pants. So I said, let's put your trunks on and you can have your Crocs on, so your feet aren't touching the ground. Maybe the floor was cold. Then absolutely nothing. He was fine. He put his armbands on. Well, they have these. They're not armbands. They're like arm floats. They've got a little circle in them. I'm just going to move in case you can hear me. Yeah, he put his like arm floats on, and we were waiting. They do a little warm up, and then he was sort of like, they did their warm up, and he was like, I want the teacher to come out now. I want to go to swimming lessons. So that, to me, that seemed like he was fine and he was ready to go. And then they had a cover teacher. So it wasn't his normal teacher, but she was lovely. She looked like she was really enthusiastic, encouraging them, and there was just him and two other girls in the class. And for the first 5-10 minutes, he was okay, and then he just was crying. So the swimming classes that we go to are called Swim! So it's really good setup. You sit and view. I think when they're under 3, you go in with them, but obviously because Elliot is turning 4, you drop him off, they go up the stairs, they go in with their swim teacher, and they get into the pool independently with the teacher. And there's a viewing section. You go up the steps and you turn around, and then you're looking out at the swimming pool, but it's all glassed off, so you haven't got all the echoey noise from the swimming pool, and you haven't got the smell of chlorine. So it's a really, really good setup. And then you just sit and watch them, like you're like literally on a bench. There's a bit of glass in front of you, glass window, and you can like see them in the swimming pool. And he was just crying, and at first he's only cried in his swimming lesson once because the other kids were splashing, and he won't wear his goggles at the minute, and he got a lot of water in his eye. So I thought he was maybe just crying. So I've seen him cry once at swimming. So he's been going for about 4 months. So it's not like I've never seen him cry. And then I saw the teacher cuddling him, but then he just did not stop crying for about probably 10. Like, and she was trying to see if she could distract him. And yeah, she couldn't really get him to stop crying. And then they swam over to the end that was near the window, and I think because she's not the usual teacher, she didn't know who like his mum was, and like we had eye contact, and I was like, do you want me to come and get him, and kind of thing, and she said like, or I was like, shall I come round? So I had to be like let through into the swimming pool, which was like, oh, I felt really sorry for him. Well, like everyone was like, so you've got all the parents watching and you've got all the other people. I think maybe he felt as well overwhelmed because it was a teacher he didn't know, even though she was lovely. And then he was like shaking like a leaf, and that was the first. And the fact that he was crying and just not enjoying swimming was like, okay, something that's not normal, that's not right. And he was, like I say, he was absolutely shaking like a leaf. He was like, I'm freezing. I was like, okay. So I always take his towel when I'm viewing, like when I'm watching him swim, so that as soon as he comes out, I'll just like pull his rash vest off and like put the towel on top of him. It's like a hoodie towel type thing. And he just could not warm up. So that was really weird. And so I knew kind of something wasn't right from then. And then like I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, actually, you were saying you were cold. But didn't think anything of it at the time until I realised he just obviously got really chilly in the swimming pool. Even though the water's very warm, it's 30 degrees, there was something not quite right going on. And then so like he only did like half of his swimming lesson. And then I rang Oliver while I was driving home and I was like, is Jasper okay? He was like, I'm not sure. And Jasper had the opposite though. Jasper was burning up. Jasper had a temperature of 38.8 and he was so still. I've never seen Jasper so still and quiet. If you know Jasper, he's quite a fidgety child. He can't sit still. He's always on the move. He's always touching. He's quite loud. Like when he speaks, he shouts. He doesn't just speak usually. He's quite noisy. He was just sat on the beanbag, so silent and still. I was like, what is going on with these kids? So Sunday, that was the worst day for them. I think Elliot had like chills, body aches, and whereas Jasper was like burning up, really hot, really weird symptoms. And then I think Sunday Jasper had some spots around his mouth, and I thought, oh, it's hand, foot and mouth. So okay, they didn't go to school Monday, and it wasn't really till Monday after, and neither of them went to school because I thought, well, Elliot wasn't himself the day before. Monday they were both fine. They've basically been fine. Like Sunday was the only day where they kind of showed symptoms, and it does say on the NHS website that before the spots start you can have these sort of flu-like symptoms. It says a temperature, body aches, generally feeling unwell, that kind of thing. And then I saw when they get out of the bath, their skin's quite irritated, and I saw that they had the spots on their arm as well. I was like, could this be chickenpox? And then a few hours later, I saw the nursery had like notified people that they'd had 2 confirmed cases of chickenpox. I was like, oh my God, it's chickenpox. So yeah, they've not been at school. And then they wanted us to confirm if we could, like, whether the boys have got it. So I rang the GP and they sent like through a link where I could send some pictures. I put a little bit of information about how like they'd been really unwell on the Sunday. So this was Tuesday morning. So yeah, Monday we didn't even know they had it. I thought it might have been hand, foot and mouth because also, oh that's right, and Sunday they had like really sore, their mouth looked really sore inside their mouth. A bunch of symptoms. And then the fact that the nursery kind of said that they'd had a couple of cases of chickenpox. I was like, well, it's got to be that. Fun fact, I haven't had chickenpox, or I haven't ever had it enough for my parents to know. Like, I've either had it very, very mildly. Sorry about the washing machine, by the way. Or I haven't had it, even though my parents did expose me to it quite a few times as a child. So I've got 2 cousins. I've got one that's slightly older and one that's slightly younger. They both had it. They put me around my cousins when they had chickenpox when I was quite young. And then I've got a bunch of younger cousins who all had chickenpox. And my mum exposed me to it then as well. And I didn't get it. I didn't get any spots. So I don't know if you can get chickenpox without the rash and no symptoms. The doctor reckons, so then my mum's had shingles in the last few years, which is the same virus. I think if you've had chickenpox, you're likely to get shingles in your life, I think. Obviously, don't quote me on it. I'm not like there's a wasp, medical doctor, professional. my mum had shingles recently, and when she was on the phone or when she saw the doctor, she said, well, you know, can I give chickenpox to my daughter from shingles? But you can't. I think you can get. No, hang on, I've got to work this out. And the doctor said it's very unlikely that your daughter's not had chickenpox. So I may have had it with no symptoms. I don't know. I don't think I've had a vaccination for it, but I've never had it. So I am still really nervous that I'm going to get chickenpox as an adult with my children. So every time, and like the first few days, I was like, you know, when you know that someone's got something like nits or chickenpox, you just like start itching, don't you? Or like fleas, or someone talks about something itchy, like you psychologically just like, you start itching all over your body. And it's meant to be quite nasty, chickenpox, as an adult. But, so I've been fearing them getting it. But the weird thing is that their symptoms have been quite weird. Like, they haven't, I don't want to jinx it, like, touch wood. Like, they haven't got it too bad. They've got a bunch of it around their mouth, both of them. Elliot's got it all over his fingers because he sucks his fingers. So he's got it all over his fingers and hands. And then he's got it all around his ears, both his ears, Elliot. Jasper's is quite bad around the mouth and his arms. But they've not been like mega itchy or irritated by it yet. And it still hasn't really crusted over, even though the doctor has confirmed that it's chickenpox. So it's been quite weird. I'll insert some pictures of like, it's quite hard for me to show you. I'm kind of waiting for that. I think that might be when it's itchy. I'm not sure when it scabs, you know. But other than that, they've been fine in themselves. Jasper's I think Jasper's got it worse because he's been waking up in the night like really upset. I've been giving them antihistamine in case they are itchy at bedtime, and paracetamol, all that kind of thing. My cousin recommended Poxolin, I think it's called. It's a cream for the spots. Even though their skin hasn't been too bad, I've just been trying to do, it's basically just to prevent the bacteria getting into the spots and to like promote healing, that kind of thing. Because apparently, I saw on Instagram, chamomile lotion is the worst thing to put on it because it basically dries it up to a crisp and then makes it itch more. It's nice when you apply it because it's got that cooling effect. But then when it dries up, it just it kind of crusts all over their already scabbed over skin and makes it really, really itchy for them, apparently. So it's not meant to be the best thing anymore. I think that's more of an old-fashioned remedy. So they've been having this Poxolin, which is like a foam, and it's really light and cool. So you just pump it out as a big foam. I'll show you later when I put it on them. I've had to be careful where I put it on them because they've got it literally around their mouth. So I'm thinking you probably can't put this in your mouth. And then Elliot sucks his fingers. So I've been trying to tell him to not suck his fingers after I put this cream on for a little while. So we've been stuck in, and it feels like pandemic all over again for me because I'm on to day 2. Oliver had them at the start of the week and I've got them at the end of the week. So they've not been at nursery, they've not had it crossed over, but we're trying to respect the fact that this is very likely chickenpox, so we don't want to go spreading it. So literally we've just been going to my parents' house, which is kind of what we were doing in the lockdown because we were bubbling with them. So it's like I feel like I can't even just can't do anything with them. So I'm really hoping that it gets better over the weekend and that they can go to school at some point next week because I think they'll be ready to go back. But yeah, I just thought I would talk about how we've experienced chickenpox because it's not been like, some kids get covered in it, don't they? They get it really bad. So it doesn't seem, fingers crossed, touch wood, all that kind of thing, like they've had it too bad yet. They've been okay in themselves, really. That's what I'm trying to say. Look who's awake. Did you not want a nap?
No, because it was too dark in my room.
It's too dark. If it was light, you would definitely wouldn't be able to sleep. So I think we're going to do Elliot's new puzzle. Whoops, show us the box. This was supposed to be for Elliot's birthday, but it turned up from Amazon with no packaging. So we had to give it to him because we'd come home from somewhere it was in the porch, and he was like, "Oh, Paw Patrol puzzle." I was like, "Okay, looks like you're not having that for your birthday then." Yeah, that's the bit that we should start with. But then once back, it's quite a tricky one. There's lots of pink. Hang on.
Why does he look?
Because, well, Sky's pink, isn't she? So I've organised it so that it's more like separate puzzles for him.
I see pink.
That's her colour. Hold on. It's a little bit later on. We went to my parents for an hour just to play in their garden for a change of scenery. And I am cooking a gammon joint in my Ninja. I don't actually know what it's called. But I've got the Ninja Dual Zone air fryer, which I literally use every day. Basically, my oven is redundant. And then my mum got me this at the start of the year. This one, I will find the name for it. I'll leave it linked below as well. And I'm equally obsessed with this one as I am my Dual Zone air fryer. So I've put in a gammon joint. I've pressure cooked it for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to drain whatever water is left away, put some honey on it, salt and pepper, and I'm going to roast it for another 20 minutes, and we're going to have salad and chips with that. So I'm really enjoying this. It's literally like I barely use my hob or my oven anymore because you can saute on this Ninja. So I'm cooking like everything in here. It's a slow cooker. It's bloody brilliant. It's so good. I absolutely love Ninja products. So I am going to review this. Will help me if I know the name of it, won't it? So I've got my chips in my other Ninja because I'm using this. Yeah, and I've got to get my washing in. The boys are watching Bluey. Bluey's their latest sort of... So yeah, as you can see, I'll show you more spots. Elliot's got some pocks here, and then round his ear. Jasper's was worse round his mouth, but he is getting quite hot. Oh, did she catch your toe? She didn't mean to. Say naughty, Penny. Penny, you're tired. You should have napped, shouldn't you? She didn't mean to hurt you though, sweetie, did she? So I'm going to go to the gym tonight. I've got no idea what's going on with these kids, if it's chickenpox or not, even though the doctor said it was. Because Jasper's got like no sign of it on his arms now, and I thought it crusted over, so... Just been off nursery for a week for the sake of it, but Elliot's got something on his hands and arms. No, she definitely went by the tower. I'm gonna shut my window. Hang on, babe. I've got to get the ham out. I will look for it in a second, I promise. Once I get the dinner going.
Have I got time to go get my hair cut? Not really.
No, not really.
Okay.
In case your age is. Dinner's probably 20 minutes, so...
Oh yeah, I'm not alone now.
Oven gloves.
That's happened to me a few times in retail. I'm like, What, I don't work here.
Okay, oh dear. Give it to Daddy, he'll recycle it. So right, we're going to roast this now for 20 minutes. 180. You don't get that as a woman. You're not walking around in a shirt, are you?
What, blouse?
Not really. Right. It's going good. Just going to get an extra bit and I'll give them some. I love it when the clocks change forward. It's 6 o'clock, it's still light, I can hear someone cutting their grass. Still got a little bit of washing out that's not quite finished drying. Bring on the spring and summer, that's all I say. So we've come upstairs, we've had our dinner. We've been doing cool baths for the children with their chicken pox, or I'll call it chicken pox, I don't know what it is. It's got to be because the nursery's got it and they've had like very similar symptoms. Yeah, cool bath. Then this is the cream Poxolin, and it is like a pump and a cool mousse. Smells quite nice. They haven't complained when I put it on, so we've been doing that a couple of times a day. Then that will go on after they've had their bath. Boys are just playing dinosaurs. Don't shut the door, don't play with doors. Come on, what have I said about doors? What I've been doing is sort of like washing their t-shirts and the clothes that are touching the areas that have got the chicken pox. I've washed their bedding already this week, just trying to keep everything really clean because I think it's when the spots get infected that it can cause problems. Do you think that's a trampoline, mister?
Yeah.
It is not.
Mama, I can't
What are you saying? I didn't get a word of that time. What did you say? It's a real shame because we had a really nice weekend on the cards before they came down with the chicken pox. Saturday we had a photo shoot booked because there's no recent pictures of them. Whoa, easy. Gosh, that doesn't look like a very tasty meal. It's a screw. And then Sunday we had a friend's christening. So two nice things, two what would have been nice things. I got the boys a little nice polo shirt for the whole weekend. So we've rescheduled the photo shoot for May, Elliot's birthday week, like the weekend after. So many things on in May. I've got my friend's hen do, Elliot's birthday, photo shoot. I feel like there's something else. There's a street party again. So yeah, loads and loads of things going on in May. And June, I've got Taylor Swift, I've got my birthday. I'm buzzing, I can't wait for all these things. Excuse me, dinosaur.
But he's eating this duck stew.
Show the camera what's in the dinosaur's mouth. Good grief. How do you feel in yourself? Good or bad?
Good.
Good.
Not bad.
Yeah, you feel worse, don't you?
No, I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
Yes.
No, I don't.
This is broken, so I need to pick that and bin.
I don't think it's broken. I think it's just run out of battery. Excuse me. That's a laundry basket. Take that out.
David Blinker.
It's a laundry basket, silly boy.
I need to pick.
As you can see, this child has so many beans. Ants in his pants. Don't you? You have ants in your pants.
He's eating me.
Oh yeah, sorry, right that. Don't press it again. Okay. I've had their bath. I've just put my hair up because I'm going to the gym. We're going to put the cream on a little bit. Put it on your arm. Don't touch. I said don't touch. Elliot's looks worse, look. Here, shall I put your cream on so it doesn't feel hurty?
And can I take the box?
You can turn it off in a minute, yeah. Don't touch because we're not ready. Right, on your arm, look, on your arm. What did I say? Come on.
Hold that.
Stand up. Rub it in your arm. Look, stand up. That's it. Show the camera.
I can't.
You can. Look, you go like that. That's it.
Can I have some more?
Yeah, a little tiny bit.
Can I have a little tiny bit?
I need to do a little bit on your back. A little bit down your legs. Jasper, don't touch. Please, I've asked you. Good boy. In your ears. Oh, you waving. Look, wave at the camera.
Can I turn off that?
No, I'll tell you when you can. Come here.
Yo.
Thought I'd just finish this random vlog here. I don't know what this is going to be like, but I thought it might be helpful to anyone who is a bit like us. Pretty sure their kids have had chickenpox, but maybe a milder case of it. Just an insight into what it looks like. So basically, I wouldn't have filmed if they were feeling really rubbish, because I'm not going to put a camera in front of my kids' faces if they're feeling crap. That's just not fair. They felt bad the other day, as I said. It's probably day 4 now. They're absolutely fine in themselves overall, which is good. Because to be fair, as you've probably already seen, we've had a lot of illness lately. So it most certainly feels like we've had our fair share of illnesses, and you're probably, if you watch my vlogs regularly, you're probably sick of hearing about it, because we're sick of hearing too. It's been relentless. It has been one thing after another. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it that low. So yeah, I'm just off to the gym now. It's the first time I've kind of left the house other than my parents, and I am off to train lower body. And since I last spoke on a vlog, I've signed up to the Evolve You app, and I'm on a 12-week program. I'm now in week 5, so I must have just done it after I last vlogged, and so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. It's pushing me, it's keeping me more accountable, and I feel as though it's so good to go into the gym, and it's been so much better to go into the gym with a program. Never really had a PT or anything. I've always freestyled it, which has been fine, but it was just time for me to get a little bit more structure in my workouts. As a busy working mum, I felt like, yep, this is what I need, and I'm loving it so far. I think I might even do a full review type video, because I quite like making reviews on my channel. Let me know if you want to hear about that. I got it with an offer. I think it was 25% off. I've subscribed for the whole year. I think it was about 70 or 80 pounds, which, I mean, oh my god, you can't grumble at that, can you? And it's really good so far. So I'm on week 5, and the intensity of the workouts is just right for me. I think I'm on a like intermediate, it's not like a beginner's workout. Yeah, so I'm off to do that. I will show you, and yeah, I'll probably end the vlog pretty soon, because I know that there's been a lot of talking and not much action. But as I mentioned a little while ago, we've got quite a lot of fun things coming up in May, so stay tuned for that.